And the hardest part of being a financial advisor is getting leads and speaking to people. And in the last 3 months, we've signed over 30 high value clients for our financial advice business and get leads constantly booking in with our diary. So our diary is full for 3 to 4 weeks in advance, and we've got a constant stream of leads coming in and constantly signing clients every single week. If you're a financial advisor and you're struggling to get more leads for your business, then I reckon you are making these 26 mistakes that is stopping you and hindering you for getting more leads for your business, which ultimately means that your diary is empty and that you don't really know where your next client is going to come from. For reference, my name is Max. I run Hemmings Financial Solutions. I am a financial advisor, and there are 26 things that you're probably doing wrong with your social media, with your lead generation, with your marketing. And so I'm going to walk through exactly what they are and sort of break them down into 4 different areas. The first is your mindset. Too many financial advisors have a scarcity-based mindset, and it's the fact that you think that there's a scarce or a limited amount of leads, and in reality there are so many people out there who need financial advice. Royal London did a study in the UK and showed that there's an advice gap worth billions of pounds, and that there's millions of people in the UK who need financial advice yet don't have a financial advisor. And so there is no scarcity, there is no limited amount of people that you could sign as a client. There are so many people, and thinking and coming across as if there's only a select few people that could become clients for you, that just projects that scarcity mindset onto people, and people are instantly just going to be turned off by you because you'll be edgy or like trying to desperately sign people, and it's the worst sort of energy to be able to give off to people who then won't like you and won't want to work with you. So the scarcity mindset just needs to go. There's so many people out there in the UK, in the US, in Australia, wherever you are, who need financial advice and need a financial advisor. Number 2 with mindset is doubting your own story. And what I mean by this is that every single person, every single financial advisor has a different background, has a different story that makes you unique. And too many advisors don't tap into what their background is, what their history is, what their experience is, and don't really share their story because they don't think it's unique, or they don't think that it's going to be beneficial to attracting clients. And this is a big mistake that people make on social media trying to get leads, but also just in general, is you need to start sharing your background and your story so that people can connect with you, so that people understand you. And from that, they're then going to end up liking you. They're then going to build trust off the back of that. And this is how they're likely then going to be able to become a lead, become a client. But you've got to be able to share your story, and don't doubt the fact that because you don't think it's interesting or you don't think it's going to be valuable, it will be for other people. Other people will have had very similar experiences. We then build trust of people who are similar to us. We like people who are similar to us. And so by sharing your story, you're going to build that trust, that likeness, and be able to get more clients off the back of it. Number 3 is fear of putting yourself out there. And sort of linked with this is the fear of rejection. So in order to generate leads, especially off Instagram and off social media, you have to put yourself out there. You've got to create videos. You've got to talk to the camera like this. You've got to be doing things to share your story, and you've got to put yourself out there. And if you have a fear of putting yourself out there, then ultimately you're not going to be able to put yourself out there because you won't post it, but also you'll just come across not yourself. And the big thing linked with that point too is the fact that being yourself, sharing your own story, sharing your own experiences is what makes you different. And that is what people are then going to be able to connect with you for. And also having some sort of fear is probably normal. Most people do. The more you do it, the more reps you put in, the better you'll be in front of the camera, the better you'll be just in general, and the less fear you'll have. So it's a starting point in terms of here you are now, but after putting in that work and doing things repetitively over time, you'll get better at it. That fear will drop. The other thing with this is when you're posting content, if you're scared about putting it out there, there's 2 things or 2 ways to look at it. One is if you put a rubbish bit of content out there, the chances are that people aren't going to see it, right? It's not going to get pushed. People won't watch it. The algorithm is going to analyze it and realize that it's a rubbish piece of content. So no one watches it, right? And if no one watches it, then who cares because no one's seen it. But 2, if you do put out a good bit of content and you're worried about putting it out there and it gets loads of views and you're worried about what people are going to say to you, don't be, because the more views you get, the more engagement you get, and the more you do this, the more likely you're going to get leads, you're going to get clients, and you're going to build your business. So it's a win-win, right? You put out a rubbish bit of content, no one sees it, who cares, no one's seen it. You put out a great bit of content, but you're putting yourself out there, loads of people see it, all that's scary, but no, because you're then going to get leads, you're then going to get clients, you're going to build a business off the back of it. So it's a win-win. 4 is long-term thinking versus short-term thinking. I think too many advisors think that they can just come in within a month, you would be signing however many clients, building a business, and it's all rosy and it's all dandy and it's all brilliant. That is not the case. Think long-term. Stop thinking in short-term wins or short-term things that you can do in order to get quick clients or quick money. Long-term is the game. Building a personal brand, building a Instagram following, building a social media following is a long-term play. There are things you can do in the short term to make money, to make clients, to get leads in the short term, but thinking too short term is where you end up not going to be able to sustain what you're doing, because you'll end up posting for a month and then be like, oh, this doesn't work, or posting for 2 weeks, oh, this doesn't work, and move on to the next thing. You've got to think in the long term. So quick actions through the short term, but with a long term mindset. Number 5 is focus. I think too many financial advisors aren't focusing on one avenue, one marketing system in order to generate leads. They're trying LinkedIn, they're trying Instagram, they're trying Facebook, they're trying networking events, they're trying so many different things and spreading themselves thin, and there's no focus. Follow a proven strategy that works, focus on it, implement it, and you will get results. Linked with this is your work rate, and linked with focus really is your work rate can be really great over a month, but if it's not great over 6 months, if it's not great over 12 months, if it's not great over 5 years, you're really again just playing that short-term game and your focus isn't aligned with that work rate. Next is around your offer. So a key part is once you nail that mindset, you've got to be able to have a specific offer in order to be able to go out to social media and put together content and marketing. So with your offer, you have to have a niche. Too many people have no niche. They're trying to target a massive range of people, and with that you end up speaking to no one, and no one's interested in your services. Number 8 is that not being able to articulate that offer quickly. You need to be able to articulate that offer in terms of who your niche is and who you help within about 20 seconds. It should roll off the tongue, you should be comfortable with it, and you should have that niche that you then can articulate quickly. Linked with this is too many advisors chop and change what their offer is and who they help. 1 week they'll be helping athletes, next week they'll be helping business owners, next week they'll be helping investment bankers, then doctors, then dentists, chopping and changing, trying to find something that's like a winning offer or winning niche. There is no winning offer or winning niche. It is down to you, your experiences, what you know, and who you can resonate with. Number 10 is no value in the offer or niche. And this is to do with the type of person you're putting out there, or like the actual value that you're offering to that niche. So you can't build a business, it's very tough to build a business off the back of helping people invest £20 a month. You're going to have so many clients, it'll be impossible, you'll make no money. So there has to be value in the offer and person and niche that you're going after. No knowledge or experience in that niche. I've said it before, if you're a 40-year-old bloke, it is weird and odd to go after a niche of single mums who are business owners. It's odd, but likewise, if you're, got no experience or no knowledge in a different niche, whether that's professional sports people or whatever that is, it doesn't work. There has to be some sort of knowledge, there has to be some sort of past experience for that niche for you to go after. And number 12 is for people, prospects, who can't see your offer, who don't understand instantly what your offer is. So basically all of that from 7 to 11, if someone can't see your offer easily, understand exactly what it is, and also see that you actually resonate with that offer, then that is a problem. So people have no idea really who you are, what you do, or who you help. So that's the offer side of things. You've got to nail a offer, a specific offer for a specific niche. Next comes the marketing side of things. So too many financial advisors, I said at the beginning, are just trying too many different strategies, going after too many different avenues of media channels in order to be able to market. So they've got no strategy, no system. And if they do have a strategy or a system, it's based off what worked 30 years ago. Going to networking events, hounding your friends and family, posting endlessly on LinkedIn. It's a strategy that worked 30 years ago, but does not work today, which is why if you're currently following that and following that advice from people who have been telling you it, you are getting no leads. Your diary is empty, your calendar is empty, and you literally have no idea where your next lead or client is coming from. That is because your strategy, either you don't have one or you're following an archaic one that does not work anymore. 14 is no consistency. You've got to be consistent in what you do. You've got to follow that strategy that's proven and then be consistent with it. There is nothing you can do where if you do it for a week, you're going to see drastic changes. There has to be a level of consistency. 15, already touched on it, is too many channels. Having LinkedIn, having TikTok, having YouTube, having Instagram, going to networking events, spreading yourself too thin. Pick something, a strategy, a proven system on one channel, master it, repeat it, and leads will come on tap to your business. 16 is no leverage.
linked to doing too many things at once, but also the power of Instagram and the power of social media is that you can actually leverage automation. So you will only do one thing and multiple actions will come off the back of it. I can post one video and people can automate, and it's leveraged so that they can book in with my diary in time that fits where I want them to book in, all automated. I do nothing. That is the power of leverage. You should do one thing, get multiple reactions, and also not have to do it all yourself, do everything manually. That's linked to number 18, is the automation side of things. You have to have things automated. You have to have leverage off the back of it. 17 is no link to your offer. I see so many financial advisors that have their social media, their Instagram set up, but there's no way people to get in contact with them. They'll often have like DM me the word info in their bio and we'll start a conversation. I think that is a really poor way. You can have that on top of it, but you've got to have a link in your bio where someone can instantly book in with you or start that journey of becoming a prospect and becoming a lead. It shouldn't be too hard for people to be able to contact you or get in contact with you. 19 is no volume. Again, comes down to marketing. The more people, the more eyeballs we can get on your social media, on your offer, the more likely you're going to get leads, the more likely you're then going to get clients. It's a volume-based game, no matter what you're doing, whether you're going to networking events or you're posting on social media. The more eyeballs, the more traffic you can get, the more leads you will get. And 12 is no engagement and no traction. Again, linked to volume, but this is about the content you post, which comes down to the next. Traffic and content. We know it's an eyeball game. We know we have to create traffic. We know we can do this through content and posting things. And the information that I see on financial advisors' Instagram posts is poor quality information. The barometer you should use before posting anything on social media is, would someone pay for your coffee to find out this information? Do not post it. Hopefully, we're probably 10 minutes, maybe 8 minutes into this video. Hopefully, if we sat down and had a coffee together and I was telling you this information and you bought the coffee, by the end of it, you'd be like, yeah, you know what, I paid £4.50 for his coffee, but I got some really good information off the back of it, things that I didn't know previously. That is what I'm trying to do here. It is the same for your Instagram, it's the same for YouTube, whatever you're doing, you've got to post better quality information. 22 is everything you post has to be linked to your offer. When someone goes onto your page or has been a follower of you and they're that target niche and offer, they then also want that information and that post to be related to them and related to that offer. If it's not, people are just going to get confused. And this linked back to the fact that I see people who 1 week are posting things on investment bankers, the next on entrepreneurs, the next on footballers, the next on athletes, whatever it is. It's got to link to your offer. It's got to be specific. You've got to be consistent with it. Number 3 is no personality. I often get told that I'm pretty bland in these videos. I just talk and pretty monotone my voice. That is actually just me. That is my personality. That is how I speak. I explain things how I explain. How I am on camera now and on my Instagram is exactly how I am. Some people like it, other people don't like it. The people who do like it are the ones who book in a call with me. And then when they get on a Zoom call with me, when they meet me in real life, or they get on the phone with me, I'm not then someone different. And that is a big thing that happens. Is one, if you're putting on like a big personality and then you get onto a Zoom call or a phone call or you meet someone and you're not like that, they're going to think, oh, that's a bit, he's not what I thought he was and I don't really like him now. The flip is the same thing, is if you do the opposite and you're opposite on a phone call, people are going to think, oh, I don't actually like him. Be yourself, showcase your personality, be as natural as possible. People will like you. The ones who like you will book in a call. The ones who get on a call with you and you're the same person, you explain things the same way, you have that same personality, they will then become clients as long as you can provide the information to their problems and solve the problems with your solution. So have some personality, or actually just be the person you are on camera as well. 24 comes down to poor hooks. The first 3 seconds of any video on Instagram are so important. If it's rubbish, if that hook, that first 3 seconds is rubbish, someone's going to swipe off it. You've got to grab attention with your content. 25 is lacks building trust. Again, all of these mistakes that you're making, the 24 mistakes you're making so far, all come down to not building trust. And if you change all of these 25 things that I've just mentioned, or 24 things that I've just mentioned, you're then going to start building trust. But the problem is with all these mistakes that you're making, you're then conveying no trust, no credibility, and no authority to someone. And because of that, it lacks trust. 26 is no consistency. Mentioned it before. You have no consistency in your traffic, no consistency in your content. You'll post once a day, then you'll stop for a week, then you'll post again. You've got to be consistent. You've got to put information and content out there. If you found this video useful, YouTube also thinks you'll find this video useful. And if you'd like to know how I can guarantee you 20 high value clients in the next 12 months, then have a look at the link below in the description.